Do you know what foods can cause cancer if eaten in excess? We've all heard the saying, "You are what you eat." But have we really taken the time to think about what that means? Eating mindfully is more than just watching our waistline. It's about understanding the potential risks we take every day with common foods. Foods you might think of as harmless could be quietly impacting your health. Stick around as we count down the top 10 foods that could potentially lead to cancer if consumed in excess. Starting off our countdown at number 10, we have processed meats. Picture this. You're at a ball game, the smell of hot dogs wafting through the air. Tempting, isn't it? But here's the catch. Processed meats like hot dogs, bacon, and sausages often contain harmful substances such as nitrates and nitrites. These are preservatives that, when consumed in large amounts, can lead to the formation of nitrosamines, a group of potent carcinogens. Moreover, the high-temperature cooking methods frequently used for these meats can lead to the production of heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, both of which are known to be carcinogenic. Various studies have shown a correlation between the consumption of processed meats and an increased risk of colorectal, stomach, and pancreatic cancers. So while the occasional hot dog won't do much harm, habitual consumption could have serious health implications. So maybe think twice before reaching for that hot dog. Moving on to number 9, it's sugary drinks. Now, we're not just talking about sodas here, but also the juices, energy drinks, and even those iced coffees loaded with syrups. It's easy to overlook the amount of sugar in these drinks because they taste so good, right? But here's the downside. Excessive sugar consumption can lead to a host of health problems, not least of all, obesity. And obesity, my friends, is a significant risk factor for many types of cancer, including breast, colon, endometrial, kidney, esophageal, and pancreatic. You see, when we consume more sugar than our bodies need, the excess gets stored as fat. This fat tissue produces hormones and growth factors that affect how our cells work, which can lead to cancer. So next time you're reaching for a sugary drink, consider the long-term effects. There are plenty of healthy alternatives out there. Water is always a good option, remember that? At number 8, we have fried foods. Now, who doesn't love the crispy crunch of a perfectly fried piece of chicken or the golden allure of French fries? But here's the thing. The high heat and oil used in frying can do more harm than just adding a few extra inches to your waistline. When food is fried, it can generate potentially harmful compounds like acrylamide, heterocyclic amines, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds have been linked to a higher risk of cancer. Couple that with the fact that most fried foods are high in fat and calories, and you've got a recipe for health disaster. And let's not forget about the oils used in frying. Repeatedly heated oil can produce toxins which may increase cancer risks. So while that fried food might taste heavenly, it could be wreaking havoc on your body. As they say, better to bake than to fry. Number 7 on our list is alcohol. It's a common guest at our parties and gatherings, but did you know that excessive alcohol consumption is linked to various types of cancer? That's right. When we drink alcohol, it's converted into a toxic chemical called acetaldehyde in our body. This chemical can damage our DNA and proteins, leading to abnormal cell growth and cancer. Research shows a strong correlation between alcohol and cancer of the mouth, throat, esophagus, liver, colon, and even breast. The risk increases with the amount of alcohol consumed over time, so that nightly wine or beer might seem harmless, but in the long run, it could be detrimental to your health. But don't panic just yet. It doesn't mean you have to cut out alcohol completely. It's all about moderation. Having a drink occasionally won't significantly up your cancer risk. So, enjoy your beverages, but remember, moderation is key when it comes to alcohol. Coming in at number 6, salt-preserved foods. Salt, an age-old method of preserving foods, has a darker side when it comes to our health. Sure, it can keep your pickles and meats from spoiling, but when consumed in excess, it becomes a silent assailant to our well-being. Excessive salt intake can lead to high blood pressure, a condition often dubbed as the silent killer. This is because it often shows no symptoms but can lead to serious health problems like heart disease and stroke, but that's not all. Studies have linked excessive salt consumption to an increased risk of stomach cancer. The World Health Organization recommends limiting our daily salt intake to less than 5 grams, which is about 1 teaspoon. But in many cultures, especially where salt-preserved foods are a dietary staple, this limit is often exceeded. Remember, too much salt can spoil the broth and your health. Moderation is key when it comes to salty foods, so consider this the next time you reach for that salt shaker or bite into a salt-cured ham. Halfway through our list at number 5, we have red meat. Now don't get us wrong, red meat can be a great source of protein and essential nutrients like iron and zinc. However, when consumed in excess, it can potentially pose some serious health risks. Several studies have linked high red meat consumption to an increased risk of colorectal cancer, heart disease, and even type 2 diabetes. This is likely due to the high levels of saturated fats and heme iron found in red meat. Cooking red meat at high temperatures can also produce certain chemicals that are known to be carcinogenic. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite steak or Sunday roast. Instead, consider limiting your red meat intake and supplementing your diet with other protein sources like poultry, fish, or plant-based alternatives. Remember, moderation is key when it comes to a healthy diet. It's all about balance. Don't cut it out completely, but don't overdo it either. At number 4, it's refined grains. Don't let the word refined fool you. While it may sound sophisticated, when it comes to grains, refined isn't always better. Refined grains are grains that have been stripped of their bran and germ, the parts of the grain that carry the most fiber and nutrients. This leaves us with the starchy endosperm, which is then ground into a fine flour. Why does this matter? Well, a diet low in fiber has been linked to a higher risk of colorectal cancer. Fiber aids in digestion and keeps our gut healthy. So when we opt for refined grains, we're missing out on these benefits. So next time you're at the grocery store, don't be swayed by the snow-white loaves of bread or the glistening pastries. Instead, reach for the whole grain options. Not only are they more flavorful, but they're also packed with the fiber your body needs. Whole grains are the way to go. Getting closer to the top, at number 3, we have high-calorie foods. Now, this one might not be a shocker, but it's essential to understand why. High-calorie foods, often packed with sugars and fats, can contribute significantly to weight gain. And why does this matter? Well, obesity is linked to an increased risk of several types of cancer, including breast, colon, and kidney cancer, among others. Here's the thing, it's not just about the quantity, but also the quality of calories. A piece of cake and a handful of nuts might have similar calorie counts, but the latter offers nutrients, fiber, and good fats. The cake, on the other hand, provides empty calories, contributing to weight gain without any nutritional benefit. It's not about completely eliminating these foods from your diet, but rather about moderation, balance, and making healthier choices. So next time you're reaching for that extra cookie, remember, calories count. Just shy of the top spot at number 2, we have foods high in trans fats. Now, trans fats are not your everyday dietary fats. They are artificially created through a process called hydrogenation, which makes them particularly harmful to your health. Consuming trans fats can lead to an increase in bad cholesterol, also known as LDL, and a decrease in good cholesterol, or HDL. This imbalance can pave the way for heart disease, which is a leading cause of death worldwide. But heart health isn't the only concern with trans fats. Studies have suggested a potential link between these fats and an increased risk of cancer. While the evidence on this link is still emerging, it's best to err on the side of caution. Foods like margarine, baked goods, and fast food often contain high levels of trans fats. So be mindful of your choices, and remember, moderation is key. When it comes to trans fats, less is definitely more. And the number 1 spot goes to tobacco. Now you might be wondering, isn't tobacco a smoke, not a food? True, but it's consumed orally, and it has such a significant impact on our health that it's impossible to ignore in this discussion. Tobacco's health risks are well established and widely known. Its use has been linked to various types of cancer, most notably lung cancer, but also cancers of the mouth, throat, pancreas, bladder, and more. The chemicals in tobacco smoke damage our DNA, leading to cell mutations and ultimately cancer. Chewing tobacco, too, isn't a safe alternative. It can cause cancers of the oral cavity and pancreas. So, Whether you're lighting up or chewing, tobacco's impact is dangerous and profound. Remember, your health is in your hands. It's never too late to make positive changes and choose healthier habits. If there's one thing to cut out completely, it's definitely tobacco. So there you have it, the top 10 foods that could potentially cause cancer if eaten in excess. From the hidden dangers of processed meats to the deceptive sweetness of sugary drinks, it's clear that what we eat can have a profound impact on our health. But let's not forget, it's not about eliminating these foods entirely, it's about balanced, mindful eating. Keep the lessons from today's video in mind next time you're planning your meals. Remember, it's all about moderation. Stay healthy and thank you for watching.